guys, today we're coming at you from my craft room. So this is a little bit different tutorial for me because I am not a big sewer. I have a sewing machine, I can use a sewing machine, but please don't ask me to sew anything more complicated than like a tablecloth, a napkin, or something with a straight edge, right? But, you know, evolving times call for learning new skills. So I have learned how to make the most basic face masks. So all you need to do this project is a sewing machine. I guess you could probably do it by hand if you really pushed, but it's going to be tough, I would say. So sewing machine, one piece of cotton that measures 18 inches by 12 inches, which I've got cut here, and some covered hair elastics. Now you can use, if you have just normal elastic, like on a spool that you would get from the fabric store, you can use that. These are the easiest, fastest way to go. If you don't have these, but you do have regular elastics, you can use them, but just be careful when you're putting it on because you really don't want to get a regular elastic tangled up in your hair. That hurts. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, I'm going to put our little elastics aside. We're going to fold our fabric together, right sides facing in. I'm not going to pin it. I'm not going to worry about anything. I'm just going to take my sewing machine and I'm going to sew all along where the two edges have met. Okay, so I've got our fabric here. Pop it under. I'm just going to backstitch a little bit at the beginning. And backstitched a little bit there at the end as well. Cut my threads off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn it right side out. Okay, so I've turned my fabric right side out and I've got the seam that we just sewed right roughly in the middle here. Now, you probably will need some pins for this. I mean, I suppose you could try and do it without, but why make your life harder than it has to be? You want to grab your little elastics and have them ready. And now we're just going to put some pleats in here. Now the pleats are important because you want this to fit securely over your face, your nose, and your chin when you're using it. So you can do 3 or 4 pleats. Probably good. And then just put your little elastic around each end. Okay, so now all we're going to do is with a couple of pins, we're going to take those pleats and we're just going to fold over that elastic. And we're just going to pop a pin in here to hold it. Oops. Probably take 3 pins to do that for me here. Okay, so that's how it's looking when you've got it secured. And I'm going to do the same thing at the other end here. Get in a little bit closer, maybe you can see it. So take that and I'm just going to fold it over the elastic. And secure with a couple of pins. On that side as well. So this is what you're going to sort of end up with, and then we're going to take this, we're going to put it under our sewing machine, and we're going to stitch right along here okay, to secure that elastic in there. These are what's going to form the straps that go around your ears, okay? So when you go to put this under your machine and stitch it, remember that you are going through several thicknesses of fabric here, okay? So you want to be patient with your machine, don't force it. Just kind of ease into it. Stitch it a bit. You can hear that machine is kind of laboring a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of go carefully, pulling my pins out here as I go. Okay, well, we got through it anyway. All right, same thing, other side. Take my pins out here. Okay, my machine started. Oops. You can see it's painfully slow going here. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay, so this is what you end up with after you cut off all your little threads. And as you can see, it fits nicely over your nose and around your chin. So using that same basic formula that I just showed you with the elastics and some basic material, I've cranked out a few of these. You can, once you have your material cut and ready to go and you have all your supplies out, I mean, you can knock one of these off in well under 5 minutes, well under 5 minutes. I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of should you wear masks, should you wear gloves. As far as masks are concerned, I have a friend who is a nurse who is on the front lines of this at the London Health Sciences Centre, and she wears a homemade mask when she is out and about, and if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me. The main security that they provide, because these are not in any way, shape, or form medical grade masks, the main security that they provide is that while you're out and you have to be in the presence of other people, it protects them a little bit, and it also keeps you from touching a surface and then touching your face, because you would be surprised how many times in a day you absentmindedly, touch your eye or rub your nose, or and these just help deter that a little bit. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I am no sewer. I do not claim to be Martha Stewart, but I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial, and stay well, stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.